Hey everybody, it's Marty with Sea on the Mountain. I'm in the Guile hive. I already checked the Joe Knutson hive. I'm doing mite tests with the sugar roll, and they're not as accurate, but I've got 3 mites per 300 on the Knutson hive. I'm in the Guile hive, looking beautiful, lots of reserve. Both hives, Guile Knutson, have a 1 full deep of honey for the winter, so I don't have to feed either of them. I figured since I was going through here, I would kind of show you guys. I'm looking for my queen over here in the Guile hive real quick. Just taking a quick glance, but we're talking major, wonderful pollen reserves. We've got pollen everywhere, beautiful. I don't know if you can see that, but they've got plenty of pollen. They've got plenty of food. I'm just checking them now for the mites, and that's what I'll do here in a minute. But I just wanted to share this with you. Just beautiful looking bees. It's October the 5th, so we got a little bit of good weather here, warm weather. I've been feeding these 2 hives, and they don't need any more feed, so I'll concentrate my feed. More pollen here, tons of pollen. I'm just glancing through before I put them away. This might be my last inspection of the year. So this is the Guile hive. They're looking beautiful. I've done 4 mite treatments at 4 days apart. It's been about a week since I completed my last one. Wow, there's just tons of pollen. There's 4 frames of just bee bred pollen on the bottom. Lots of honey on the top. They're well fed and well supplied for the winter. A good bunch of bees. I think the oxalic acid did me good. The bees I got from Apis Honey and Hive on the western slope, they were more mountain acclimated bees. So I'm looking for a good frame here to shake. I'm trying to find my queen, so I don't make sure. There's still a little bit of brood there. She's slowing down. They're getting ready for winter. These are pretty much winter bees. They last, what, 3 or 4 months probably, versus 6 weeks in the summer. They're a fatter bee, and decent little brood pattern here. Let me show you. I don't know if that sun's messing things up, but we've got some brood in here. They'll hatch out soon. When they hatch out, that might be the end of it, and we'll be able to take oxalic acid one more time, and that'll get all the what they call the phoretic mites, the mites that are on the bees, and that'll pretty much reduce the population pretty well. But I'm gonna, based on my last hive, I'm gonna have to treat 1 or 2 more times just to knock the mites off the bees, to give them a chance. This is a good frame too to take my mites out, but I already have one isolated. I just got to make sure. I was trying to find my queen before I shake the bees that are on that frame, just to make sure. You don't want to shake your do a test on your bees, the sugar roll, even the sugar roll test on your queen. So I'm trying to just do some due diligence here and check for her. I think this one's marked. More brood here. Yeah, they're throttling back this time of year on the laying to get ready to cluster and endure the cold. So we're just looking for that. I want to thank the Knutson sponsor and the Guile hive sponsor. We're getting our packages ready to send out to our sponsors. Of course, this wonderful year, we appreciate our sponsors. They make this an endeavor that can help the beekeeper quite a bit. Lots of honey, nectar. I would say this, a full box of honey on top, pretty much a lot of honey on the bottom, lots of pollen. These bees are set. They're set. They're set for winter. So I'll put this one back. Just looking for my queen. I know I marked this one, I think. I'll have to look at my notes. I thought I would catch her real easy since I marked her. Yeah, this hive is just chocked full. 2 full deeps. I try to run singles in the wintertime, or all year round I run singles. And I was just going to give them singles, but there's just so much honey. I just decided to give it to them. So I don't have to feed as much. So this frame has brood on it, open brood. So you want to get your sample from an open brood. That's where most of the mites are and your nurse bees are. I'll look over it again to make sure my queen's not on here. You don't want to shake your queen off for sure. That's what you got to do. Just take the extra time. Oh, there she is. There's the queen. It licked a lot of the... So it's a good thing I checked this over. So this is not... I'll put her somewhere else. I'll get her on another frame. And then I'll go ahead and move these bees. There she goes. There, she's over there now. So I can shake these off now and know my queen's not on here. I had her marked. Thank you, Brad, from Decatur Ridge Bees. That made it a lot easier. Even that, they had licked a lot of the paint off, but I could find her. So these bees, what we do here, get a little tub, and we just shake them into the tub, and the ones, nurse bees can't fly, so they'll stay on the bottom, and that's the ones we're looking for to do the sugar roll test with. And I wanted to get more in the tub, but anyway, there's some on the ground. Hopefully they find their way into the hive. So we can put these away. I'm going to move them more toward the center. They have a brood, so we want them to stay warm. It probably won't be a problem here. Okay, that's good enough. We'll send these down now. Oh boy. Okay, so I've got them all set. I saw my queen, she's looking good. I saw what we got in there for reserves. I'm gonna go ahead and put the second frame on here, the second box on. Very heavy with honey. Oh man. So you want at least 100 pounds total box weight in one with bees and everything, but this is going to be very good. Lots of reserves for them, and I'm not going to feed them anymore. They have plenty of feed. But what I'm going to do now is do my test. So we do here, we get a half a cup of bees. Get rid of these napkins. Do a half a cup, it's about right there, of bees, and then put them in the powdered sugar. So see how they're not flying away? A lot of nurse bees in there. You just kind of shake it to the side. Come in here. Get about a half a cup. It's not an exacting size, but it's pretty close. That's pretty close to a half a cup. I was professional. I cooked professionally for many years, so I know my cups. Half a cups. Put them in there. This is a number 8 wire cloth. You can make these really easily. Get a number 8 wire cloth and some sheet metal. Just kind of, so what's happening here is we're mixing this up. It's coating the bees. They may or may not survive, but at least they have a chance to survive, and the other bees will lick this off of them and get a little bit of sugar on them. So we come back over here, there's still a lot of bees. They can't fly, they're nurse bees. We're going to put them back in the hive, see? So put them back in here gently. Let them kind of go back home. Girls, go back home. Yes. Amazing honeybee. So we do all this to test for the mites. So the bees are making their way up here. They're the ones that I spilled, which I tried not to. It's never perfect, guys. Give them a little more smoke, calm them down, get them down. Put them down in the hive. Yeah, these 2 hives are ready for winter. Other than I'm going to probably hit them twice more with oxalic acid. And I think that'll probably do it for us. So we got this going. Shake them up good. It's called the sugar roll. Now, what we do, get all these nasty critters out of here, these yellow jackets. We're going to put water on the bottom of a white plate, and we're going to shake off the mites is what we're going to do. That's what we're doing here. Got water on a plate, it's white, and then we'll start shaking the sugar, powdered sugar off of them, and we'll see how many mites we have. So here we are. So the mites will float on the top of this plate. I'll show you in a minute. Probably put too much sugar in there. I think it's like 2 teaspoons of sugar. I think I overdid it. So all the other guys, a lot of them use a they use the alcohol wash or a Dawn dish soap wash for these, and it kills all the bees. So this, I think maybe they have a chance, but maybe not, so we'll see. They get at least they'll go into, I'll dump them back in the hive, and they'll get all this sugar licked off of them, groomed off of them, we hope. So I made the mistake of putting a little too much powdered sugar. It's always good to have number 8 cloth around for bees. You can, Barnyard Bees taught me you can use them for entrance reducers. You can use them to make these things here. This shaker, it's just a mason jar, wide mouth mason jar. Number 8 cloth, and I just cut it with wire cutters, 2 size, and that's how I made it. Probably gonna start using Dawn dish wash and sacrifice 300 bees. By the time you're done doing this, I don't see any. They're pretty distinctive. This hive behind me, they had 3, and I don't think the sugar roll's as accurate as the other ones, so there might be 4. I don't know, but I'm not seeing any in this one. We'll give them a couple more shakes, and then we'll let these poor girls go. Making sure you can see this. I'll turn the camera over here. Yeah, it looks like you can see that. Okay, I'll move it right there. Cool. All right, we'll shake it a little more. Get all these yellow jackets out of here. Yeah, I don't see any. Good news. We'll take a better look when I'm done shaking. I want to show you something. Looks kind of cool. I always dump them back into the hive. And they look like ghost bees when I dump them back in the hive. Kind of a neat phenomenon. Actually, I wanted to share with you guys. I hope you're enjoying these videos. If you are, just please share and like them and subscribe. I don't know why, but I'm having a hard time gaining subscribers. Maybe because I'm just probably not doing a really good job with my video, and I don't know, we'll learn. But I'm going to keep at it. I think I don't know, a couple years doing YouTube. So here we go, just spreading them back in there. I always think it's pretty cool watching them go back in. And they'll spread around. They'll go in there, and all their sisters and family they work together in cleaning things, and they'll start getting cleaned up, and then they get a treat of powder sugar too. The white ghost bees is what I call them. White ghost bees. It's a beautiful day in Colorado. And it looks like these queens are getting ready for winter. They're cutting back on their brood quite a bit. And like I said, this has a whole deep, plus I would say even half, a ton of pollen on the bottom of this one, the guile hive. A ton of pollen. Bee bread, lots of bee bread, lots of good bees. This is a pretty full box of bees. So I think this year really hitting them hard. I would never hit them this hard with oxalic acid. And last year I didn't have a machine that worked as good. The Johnny O, even though they went out, he retired, went out of business, is really good. And Cayman Reynolds recommends the Laura Bee or something like that. Pretty close to the Johnny O, I would say. Maybe just a little bit better built. But who knows? But I like the ones that don't use alcohol because you don't have to mix them as much. Check these out. They're taking care of their little sister bee there. Look at them. Look how good they are to each other. They went over there helping her out. And they're also, there's a blessing in helping out, because what happens there is they get some sugar. So that's generally how helping people out, we get sweetness in life. There she is cleaning her face for her, trying to get her eyes cleaned up. And there's, of course, the yellow jackets coming in to mess with them. So, boy, these yellow jackets are aggressive. Anyway, yeah, well, that's why we reduce our entrances. And I had that one entrance, I made it real small because it wasn't a real strong hive. And they were, that's all I'm going to do. We'll see. I got one here. I'm just go ahead. I'm treating the whole apiary as one. Since I have to treat one that has 3, I'm going to just assume we need some more treatments here. That's how we do it. I learned by some researchers, treat the one hive, the one apiary as one organism, and work with them that way. So if one's going to be treated, it won't hurt, I don't think, to treat all of them. I think I see 1. Oh, I see 2. Well, I think I see 3. So about the same as that other one. 1, 2, 3. Possibly 4. So yeah, we need a treat. I see 4. And with this, it's not as accurate. I would add 1 or 2 more. So yes, definitely gonna need to treat these bees at least twice more. A dose, and then wait 4 days and hit them a dose again. And by that time, 8 days from now, a lot of the brood will have been born. I might even hit them a 3rd time and go 12 days. So that's going to put me at, today's the 5th, the 9th, the 13th, and the 17th, I think my math's right, of October. And by that time, I think all of my bees, the brood will have hatched out, and it'll hit those mites. And then I'll wait probably till I'll check on the bees, and I'll wait till like what would that be, November 1st, and hit them one time, and I bet you that will do most all the mites, and then they'll be mite free. So there you are, folks. You got the ghost bees that I showed you. Little ghost bees there. They're gonna get cleaned off, hopefully. Go down in the hive. Share, like, and subscribe. We'll see you on the mountain.